So that is taken care of, and Valerie can pay attention to Valerie like she um, has been lately, and in the healing process. So when it switched for me was when, I can tell you exactly, I don't know the day, but it was August of 2022 was the first time in my life that I had the release. I felt no longer, and it's not come back since. So that's how I know. Um, it was the first time, Lori, that I wasn't living with constant. Uh, uh, I wasn't in a state of fight or flight. I don't know if. Let me see. So before that day at my friend's house in August, I always had this, it was like it was set in. I wasn't able, it was just set in solid, of always, being like on edge, always being on edge. And then all, I guess, with all the work I'm doing and everything, it was time that day, whatever I was doing, we were doing Prune Harris exercises. I was teaching her these things, and I felt light. Lighter. I felt a huge release, and no more. Like it just came off of me. Um, okay, so you know how you take some frozen meat out the freezer. I mean, it's rock solid. It's been in there for a while, and you thaw it out, and then it's just like not like that. It's supposed to be anymore. Um, so, but then the thawing out, you're starting to feel things, and your whole constitution is different. It's kind of like that, Lori.
Makes sense. So
Hmm.
this is how it felt when you started releasing the trauma that had always been keeping you in fight or flight, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. And where would you say, so because you said it's like frozen meat and it was like it was thawing, where in your body did you first feel this kind of thawing throughout your body, this releasing and, starting to everything to get softer? And where did you feel like it was, and where was the trauma that you were unthawing?
So it's all in the perimeter of my heart, and then it comes out in different, within that perimeter. It comes out, um like the ugly, like it's like really intense, and that's how I'll be able to identify it. And then if it is repeated, and the place lately has been, let me see. So it's on your scapula, the the point that's closest to your spine. On my left, it's on my left side, the point that's closest to my spine, and then over, right before the spine. Oh my gosh. Like when that hits, I can tell that my body's getting ready to uh have a flare up from the autoimmune.
Uh-huh. So
It
you're
always
noticing
comes.
how this is connected also to your autoimmune.
Oh yes, absolutely. Like that's it right there. That's how it's showing up in my body. So, as I guess, since I've been able to identify it, I immediately know to grab, usually I'll grab a flower,
Which one do you usually grab? Which one is your favorite one to use, Valerie, for this?
See, that's the thing, Lori. I still am doing this. It's I guess it's my way, and it's okay because it always works out. I always have to use what I have on hand.
Just one moment. Just one moment here.
Yes, no
Let's
problem.
stop just a second.
Okay,
All right.
Mar-
So you were saying
Mariposa
that,
lily.
go ahead. What were you saying, Valerie, about what kind of flowers that you like to use?
Mariposa lily and is my go-to, as well as the distress remedy.
Okay, so let's talk about Mariposa Lily and how you
Yes.
think that has really helped your trauma that you've been holding. And uh, also, if you could kind of let us know if you feel this trauma, when did this trauma take place? If you have that, in your, if you know that, when this trauma took place.
Oh, just so I understand the question, the about the trauma. What you mean, overall, or this last trauma? Or
Well, I mean, yeah, like when you start feeling this fight or flight type of situation, like you said, you were always in this, you know, feeling like this. When do you know when that began?
oh, okay. Yes. It was when I was very young. I was able to identify recently a fourth or fifth F for the fight, flight, uh,
Freeze, fight,
freeze,
flight.
fawn, and then there's flop. So when I was 8, around 8, um, and I literally like fainted a little bit, and that feeling. That's when the first time I realized that I needed to always be on, in survival mode. That's when it started,
Hmm. And
and it
what was the
stayed with
situation
me.
that you were in, that caused you to do this flop?
Well, um, it had been an overabundance of the usual abuse. This was extra that particular day, and I was walking in front of my mother, um, walking, and she was walking behind me, but it was just a barrage of what she was saying to me, and the particular words that she used for that circumstance that I was in, just uh had my body made that had that visceral reaction of just falling out. But recently, I was in a group where we were talking about trauma, and the young lady mentioned this flop, and I had never heard of it, and I even looked it up and read about it, but her description of what happened was exactly what happened to me, and I'm like, oh my god, I have now words to identify what that was, because that's the exact feeling that went away. What I said in August of 2022 is the first time I realized, like, I didn't, I'm not carrying that anymore. But that's where I picked it up. And August of 2022 is when I left it somewhere.
That's great. That's great. And I think the audience needs to realize that this was your adoptive mother
Yes.
who was saying these things to you. and that there was a lot of abuse from her.
Yes.
Hmm. Also, when you, and so if we look at Mariposa lily is this beautiful white lily, right? And if you could kind of give a description of how it helps you.
Oh, I need to go inside. There's a cat out here, and I'm out with the dog. So what?
Not a problem.
Come on, that I did not experience kindness, and the I can't think of the word. I'm thinking it's measurable. Like it was, there wasn't much kindness, and then when I started being able to receive kindness and receive compliments, as well as genuinely, I'm a kind person anyway, how that Mariposa lily was associated with that part of it, because it just seemed to open my heart wide open. But before it was able to happen, I had to get to a place of trust, so that I knew that when I did open my heart, I wouldn't be destroyed again. And now it's kindness, and love and all of those things that I nurture. And it has to be consistent, using the flowers or whatever is your particular one for Mariposa lily for me, as well as I'm trying to get this camera, as well as other things, putting other things with it, not just one thing. It's a acquired lifestyle. Sometimes think this is working and that's working, but being consistent with it all, with your morning routine, with which starts at night before you go to bed. Mine does anyway. And then just adjusting and modifying as you go, as you heal, as you get better, because what was working before got you to this point. And so now, for instance, I'll have Mariposa lily as my anchor, as my constant.
Hmm.
And then as things come up, then I'll, because we have a plethora of everything to choose from, to mix together. And then being in community with each other and sharing what works for each other has been the catalyst. And that's how we'll all be able to help each other individually, but, throughout the earth and the planet, and start making change, because it starts with us. And nowadays we know that we have to do ground. It's back to ground roots. you know
Hmm.
it's all
Hmm.
about us anyway.
I know you do a lot of energy exercises
Yeah.
to help you. Which one would you say with this situation, if you were going to pick one, and if you can, maybe something simple that you could show us that, you do that, the audience could be happy to learn, that would be great. Is there one that you do on a regular basis?
Yes. The breathing exercise I do on a regular basis. And then I use um, the essential oils and flower essences for enhancement. So, what I mean by that, for my breathing exercise, um, my go to is a simple box breathing exercise. That way, I don't have to think about it. And that's 4, 4, 4, and 4. I will breathe in 4. I will hold for 4. So when I breathe out, it's better to breathe out slower and longer, so that out breath is longer. So I'll count to 4, but I'll count slower. So the breath is longer out. And then hold it at the end of the breath after I get all the air out of me for 4, and do that several times. So for the enhancement part, I'll choose an essential oil to breathe in when I'm breathing in on the 4. So you
Do
want me
you
to?
have, yeah, do you have an essential oil there? Because I have some here with me. I have like let me see here. With me today, I have, let me go here. I have helichrysum, I've got lavender, I've got cistus, and I've got cypress, the ones I have. I mean, you're just saying really use your favorite one that the audience would like to use, that they
Yes,
resonate with?
yes, absolutely. Um, lavender is always a go-to. However, if whatever I need at the time, uh, I'll use that. I just went to our wonderful friend's uh, home, Diane, and picked up, some beautiful oils. I have lavender, and uh, what I take with me in a little tiny bottle is yarrow.
That's nice, Jarrow, too.
Yes, and I'll put that on my
Very
uh,
protecting.
yes, and I'll put that on my wrist. And so that's what my go-to. I'll have it with me if I need to do something. But right now
What kind of
I
things do you use? Do something you mean with yarrow, in what kind of way?
I'll use it for protection, usually when I'm going to a client,
Okay.
and for a couple of purposes, for that, but for myself too, um, and of course for their energy, uh, to protect myself from their energy, and that way I can benefit them most for my purpose. Uh, Mostly for it's uplifting. It's very uplifting. If I start getting feeling heavy,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll when I do a breathing exercise, uh, I'll when my in breath will be a little yarrow. So I'll put a little dot on my wrist, and then when I do my breathing exercises, I'll do that for a
Nice.
few and hold it. That works really well. Since we've been putting the flower essence on with the cotton or the various ways, that just takes it to another level. It's great enhancement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that we've been doing in our common sense community, using them on the acupoints, but using them differently, like you said. It's,
Yes,
yes, we get into those little wells of where we have our water, our little water wells going into our little reservoirs, into our streams and our rivers. So, yeah, that really makes it nice keeping all that flowing, like you said. So, would you like to lead us in a little breathing exercise with whatever favorite essential oil that you have today there with
oh,
you?
okay.
I'm going to do lavender today for me.
I am going to do cistus.
All right. Oh, I have cystis too, but
Yes, you do. I heard you mention that.
I do have cystis. All right.
So I'm going to put my phone
Because
on the
cystis
tri.
is excellent for trauma,
Yes.
along with
I re-
helichrysum.
there was a time when I didn't have it. I couldn't get up to Diane's, but I had an empty bottle, and our oils are so wonderful that I was able to just, breathe in from what was the residue in the bottle until I got some.
Fumes. You had a few fumes left, right?
That's right. There's always a way.
Or smell out of the lid.
Hmm. But that's what I mean, doing, several things and then finding out what works and what I guess the main thing for me was figuring out what I would do consistently and make it a non-negotiable, because that's
Hmm.
how I would maintain my healing process.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
Staying
stuff.
disciplined. Yeah.
Hmm. We're good. I
We're
have
good.
this is here for our I'll use for our breathing exercise. We're going to do box breathing, and that's 4 4 4 4. I'm going to count to four, breathing in, holding it for four, and on the breath out, I'm going to breathe a little bit slower, count a little bit slower, so we can get the length of that breath a little bit longer. It's more effective. And then at the end, hold it out for four, and we can do for 2 rounds. All right, let's get started. Ah, breathing in, holding for four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're breathing out slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the end, just hold it out to the count of 4, 2, 3, 4. Breathing in 2, 3, 4. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're breathing out slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the end, hold it out. Now breathe normally. You should feel refreshed. I know I do.
Yeah, I do. I really do. It feels great.
I love that cistus, boy. I tell you, it's
It's so
so
nice, Cistus, huh? It's warm,
yeah,
herbaceous, yet it has a flowery aspect to it. It's really nice.
yes. I mix it with the other thing that I do that's been most helpful um, is put together a blend, and put it all over my body several times a day, especially if I have my skin is reacting from my autoimmune and I get a,
Mm-hmm.
which I haven't had in a while now. I've been able to make it go totally away and maintain that using specific blends of essential oils in shea butter. I'll mix shea butter um, and fractionated coconut oil, as well as sometimes beeswax.
So what you're doing is you're melting your butter, your shea butter, and your coconut oil together, and then you're melting your beeswax, and then you're putting those together
Yes,
like a balm, and then you're adding your essential oils to it when it's still warm. Is that what you're saying?
exactly.
Okay, great. And
Protocol. I
go
follow
ahead.
the protocol book and I just modify it a little bit. But the coconut oil I use is already liquid. It's the fractionated coconut oil, so I
Oh,
don't have to
okay.
melt.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, great. And then what is your blend that you would like to offer everybody today, to help them out that you use with Cistus?
Cistus, peppermint. Um, oh, and what's my citrus? Oh, orange. This last one is orange. So it's cistus, orange, peppermint, and I'm trying. Oh, lavender, lavender.
Okay. And you're doing this in your coconut oil and your shea butter,
Yes,
fractionated coconut oil, along them with some beeswax.
right. The beeswax is. I was just experimenting with it. I don't use it regularly. Um, I ended up making more of a something that I'm using now for my lips, like a lip. It's like a lip balm, but
Mm-hmm.
but the normally speaking, what I use for what this recipe is fractionated coconut oil, shea butter, and um, what's the other one, Lori?
Beeswax, you said?
Mm-mm,
Let me
spice.
see.
I guess that is it then. There's the fractionated coconut oil and the um, I'll
Shea
mix
butter.
together my shea butter. Yep. Hmm.
Okay. And then what do you remember your drops, that you're using for each one of these essential oils for like your orange?
I don't. I do have that particular recipe written down. I know that
Well, we can always give it later, we
I
can put it in the comments
yes,
and we can do that and you can get
yes,
that to me at a later time. Don't worry about that because this is just off the cuff. We weren't for sure if we were going to even record this today or not. So, I mean,
absolutely. It's
We'll
wonderful.
we'll we'll give everybody the formulation in either the blog post and the on the YouTube channel and those things. We'll put it in the comments when we post it and stuff. So no problem. But your formulation is orange, cistus, peppermint, lavender, shea butter, and coconut oil. And then when you want to make it into a balm, you add the beeswax to it.
Absolutely. That's it. Yep, you got it.
Great. That's fantastic. Well, it sounds really good. Um, so you use orange in your formulation for which properties do you use the orange for in your formulation? Because it has so many.
Yes, truly. Uh, Definitely uplifting. And
Okay.
yes, and I find that combining citrus with lavender and peppermint specifically, um, it enhances it so much. I don't know what words to use, but it just blends. It's like the perfect blend. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the
Would you
properties
say
coming together.
the synergy between the
Yes,
lavender, the peppermint, and the orange?
yes.
Um, would you say that they're enhancing the orange or how do
The
you
orange
feel about it?
that the orange is enhancing the lavender and the peppermint.
Okay.
Um,
And when you're using your peppermint in your formulation, um, what is the property that you're using it for in this formulation for you when you're making it?
for the pain mostly, and the physical pain as well as the area in my spine where the emotional pain manifests. And at that point that I described to you, like over to toward from that point on the scapula over to the spine, the point
Mhm.
that's close to the spine, I'll put that on neat as well as from the blend because it I'll address the emotional pain with that peppermint.
Okay. Yeah, peppermint is so refreshing and opens us up, and it helps us to release things like you're saying, helps us to release things in the body, plus the anti-inflammatory properties of it. It's such a nice and I think it's the culture too. You're in the United States and people use a lot of peppermint. So we have a tendency to see it as very refreshing and awakening us and things like that. I don't know if that's how you feel about it, but
Oh,
I do
absolutely.
culturally.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
And then and which property that you really feel is more dominant in the lavender that you benefit from in the formulation?
Soothing
The soothing part, okay.
and calming, and it's foundational.
Okay. And then the cistus.
Ah, my sisters. Diane says that it's not for everybody, and but I tell you, when I even sometimes more than others smell my sisters, it just gives me life. Uh it seems like it just permeates all through all my cells and just wakes everything up. It's
That's
so
interesting.
so good. I love my sisters.
It's more of a visceral type of an essential oil for you, it seems like.
Absolutely. That's the best word. It is definitely more visceral.
hmm Because a lot of times we don't we when we use something, we'll have an energetic change, but not necessarily a visceral change.
Yes.
And I think when we can really feel it in our body, we connect to that plant or that flower um,
Oh
in
yes,
some way,
yes, yes,
our fascia, everything just kind of really connects, and then we're able to release on another level.
yes. Exactly. That's Thank you for saying that. That's exactly how I feel. And
Oh, that's good.
for me, uh, I had disassociated for so long because of the trauma. That was my survival mechanism. Once I was back in my body, and I used these oils and these remedies and my mindful breathing and meaningful movement to maintain and stay in my body in a healthy and positive way. And Cistus absolutely does that. Like you said, it's visceral. So when I feel like I want to going right out of my body because of whatever stress is going on, I can, or whatever, and do some breathing exercises and do a movement, and it will anchor me right on down.
That's great, Valerie. Well, Valerie, I know you're writing a book on trauma. Could you tell us the title of your book?
Yes, it's called A Handbook for Healing from Trauma to Triumph.
Great. A handbook for healing for trauma to triumph. That sounds great. I've only got to see, you just sent me a few chapters. So I'm really excited about what I've already seen. I can't wait till you get it all finished
Yes,
and
I'm
we
working.
can we can order it from you.
Yeah, yes.
How great. And so when are you looking at it to be uh your final run through of it and your final edition? When do you think that's going to come out?
It will be this month, August. I'm
Oh,
looking for mid.
wow.
Yeah, because I'm that far ahead. I'm almost there. I'm ready. This is the perfect time. So it's going to be an ebook, and I'll have I'll provide all the information on how to get that ebook.
Okay, great. Well, I can't wait to get it. And I think it's just going to
I,
be fantastic because like you said, it's not one thing that you've done. It's different things, and you've put it together as like a holistic program for trauma.
yes,
And um, Valerie is a certified natural health practitioner, right?
yes.
And she is a massage therapist. She also has taken flower essence courses, essential oil courses. You also have a special certificate in trauma, don't you?
Certified trauma competent professional.
That's right. Because I remember when you were taking that course.
Yes, yes. And it's ongoing. I just completed another one to train the trainers. And I give corporate seated chair massage every Wednesday at Wellness Wednesdays to the clients at a drug rehab center. And that has been so very beneficial to them. Sometimes people um, really don't do well with touch. So I'm able to provide different ways of helping themselves besides touch. And so it's been really good. And speaking about trauma specifically, I'll start in the next couple of weeks actually offering different ways to process trauma with essential oils. And I'm just going to start with essential oils, but talk about mindful breathing and meaningful movement for them in group, so that when they get, now that they're transitioning back into socializing and getting back to work and having relationships with um, employers, family, however, to know how to better handle that, giving you a toolkit for trauma, and when you're what to do when you get triggered, and share what I've done. And we are doing breathing exercises together in addition to receiving massage. So I'm really excited and looking forward to that. And of course, I'll have different exercises and things to do in the book. So it's a handbook. You'll be able to use it, carry it with you, and tap into helping yourself.
Oh, that sounds great, Valerie. Like I said, I'm so excited to get it. I only got to see, you sent me a one chapter, so I'm really
Yeah.
excited to be able to see it and how it's all gonna pull it together in the toolkit, And like you said, a handbook is so great to have all the time. You can just go to the handbook and check it out and find out, what you want to do, how the applications and all the different things that you're going to offer in the book. I'm very excited for that.
Oh,
So,
thank you.
oh, thank you, Valerie. And I really appreciate you. And I know there's been a lot going on, and you being with me today has just been awesome. I appreciate you so much. And
And
thank
I
you for sharing your
you.
formulation.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll get those drops, the exact formulation to you.
Okay, wonderful. Well, you have a great day and thank you so much. And I'll be seeing you in our Common Sense community.
Yes, absolutely. Bye bye.
Bye
Thank
bye. Au
you.
revoir. Don't forget your
Bye.
essentials. Use your common sense. Au revoir.